House Republicans finally launched a probe into Fulton County's clearly politically motivated Trump indictments. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video, and today it is time that we talk about the Trump indictments in Fulton County, Georgia. Because everyone, today's the day that we've all been waiting for. Trump in a couple hours will supposedly be getting his mugshot. But that's not what we're talking about. Because House Republicans supposedly launched probe into Fulton County's quote-unquote politically motivated Trump indictments. That's right. Supposedly, House Republicans have done something about this garbage indictment. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you can join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. So let me be clear about all of this. You could say what you will about how Trump handled himself after the 2020 election. Right? Let's be clear. Right? I'm not defending everything some of these attorneys said for Trump or about the election. I'm not defending it. With that being said, what was illegal? What? Challenging an election? Something that's been going on for years, decades. Listen, there's always been election contests for years. Let's be real. They're trying to criminalize the process of trying to contest an election. And they are going to criminalize legal theories. That's what this is about. Because, yes, Sidney Powell and others, they may have said some crazy stuff. I'm not denying some of it. But it's not illegal. There was a legal theory. Team Trump and his attorneys, some of them at least, tried to push that was the idea that state legislators have the complete authority over electoral college votes, which, based on the reading of the Constitution, there is an argument. And same thing with the vice president, theoretically could read off the electoral votes. I have some questions about that, but either way, it's a legal question. It's constitutional law. It's a question that the Supreme Court really hasn't answered before, especially before 2020. They kind of did it with the North Carolina case, but this is before that. So there is constitutional questions about certain things like that. So this isn't just illegal. This is a constitutional question. But on top of all of that, let's be real. If this was a Democrat trying to do it, like they tried in 2016 through other means, they wouldn't be indicting Trump if he was a Democrat. I'm not a big fan of saying, oh, imagine if this was the Democrats or the other side around. I'm sick of saying that, but it's true. Democrats did far worse than what Trump supposedly did. Because Trump tried to overturn the election by using constitutional means. That's essentially their entire case. He tried to go through the constitutional measures of trying to win every possible avenue. That's your case. But either way, enough of that. House Republicans launched a probe into it. So, Republicans in the House Judiciary Committee sent a letter to the Fulton County District Attorney on Thursday, demanding the Democrat prosecutor provide answers over her indictment of former President Trump and his associates. And another thing, it is a complete and total disgrace what they're doing to somebody like Rudy Giuliani. The guy that single-handedly saved the city of New York in the 90s and the early 2000s. That cleaned up the mess that was the city of New York. He dealt the mob, and he led this city through one of the worst terror attacks in the history of the United States. And they drag him through mud the past 3 years for what? Being an illegal advisor to Trump? For trying to help Trump legally? Because he supported Trump. That's what this is about. Not for, he tried to overturn the election. Boy, he did a real shit job at that then. Try to go through the Constitution. Or at least the avenue that was potentially set through the Constitution. That's a really, really terrible thing. Your indictment and prosecution implicate substantial federal interest, and the circumstances surrounding your actions raise serious concerns about whether they are politically motivated. The letter reads, wow, you're stunned by this? A Democrat from Atlanta is politically motivated? Last week, her office would be charging Trump, or announced her office would be charging Trump, and 18 of his associates for what she claims was, quote-unquote, an attempt to conspire and endeavor to conduct and participate in criminal enterprise, even though no enterprise was formed, which is one of the core parts of the RICO violation. There needed to be an organization formed, and based on everything I've seen, there wasn't. To overturn the results of the 2020 election. Again, really piss poor job of overturning instead of trying to use the constitutional means of trying to hopefully kick it to the state legislature. Including the bogus 98-page indictment are several acts Willis contends contributed to the furtherance of the so-called conspiracy. And I made a video about this. A lot of people are saying, well, that was the proof that Trump was, it wasn't illegal what Trump did, but it proved that he was setting up a conspiracy. It's like, are you freaking kidding me? Telling people to tune into something on TV is furthering a conspiracy? Or is setting one up? What? In their letter to Willis, Republicans on the House Judiciary Committee questioned the Fulton County DA's rationale for charging Trump and his associates, and raised several examples indicating her prosecution of the former president is politically motivated. Among those cited is Willis' perpetrated launch of a new campaign fundraising site that highlighted her investigation into Trump, several days before her office indicted the former commander-in-chief. But no, this is totally a non-politically motivated action. Also reference are public remarks by Emily Corse, the forewoman of the special grand jury convened by Willis, who openly bragged to the media about her excitement to subpoena President Trump and getting him to swear in. Yeah, she's excited to subpoena a former president. These freaking people. Do you have nothing better to do with your lives? Oh, I'm excited to subpoena a former president. You're part of the grand jury. Your job is to look at this objectively. She clearly wasn't. The letter also invoked the decision by Fulton County Superior Court clerk to prematurely release a list of criminal charges against Trump reportedly hours before the vote of the grand jury. I mean, how could people look at this entire situation and say, this is a very legitimate case and totally fine? Well, a statement issued by the court clerk's office originally claimed the documents showing the charges against Trump were fictitious. The clerk later asserted it was a mishap and that when she hit save, it went to press Q. You don't even know how to save a document properly, but you're a court clerk. Explaining the rationale for federal oversight of the Georgia-based indictments, House Republicans reference Will's alleged attempt to, quote-unquote, use state criminal law to regulate the conduct of federal officers acting in their official capacity, such as that of Trump and Meadows. And The letter additionally raised questions about the involvement of Department of Justice Special Counsel Jack Smith and whether Willis's office, quote-unquote, coordinated with Smith during the course of her investigation. News outlets have reported that your office and Mr. Smith interviewed many of the same witnesses and reviewed much of the same evidence in reaching a decision to indict former President Trump, the letter reads. The House Judiciary Committee thus may investigate whether federal law enforcement agencies or officials were involved in your investigation or indictment. As such, House Republicans are demanding Willis turn over any and all documents related to her office's receipt and use of federal funds, communications with the Smith and DOJ, and communications between her office and any federal agency regarding her investigation into Trump and his associates by September 7th. You're giving her that much time? 2 weeks? Oh, gosh. It's better than nothing, but come on. These bozos. I'm talking about the court in Atlanta, Georgia. If this was the other way around, I hate using terminology, but Democrats would give you like a day. Don't give them 2 weeks. Get it now. They're about to indict, and today they're going to have Trump get a mugshot. And you're to give her 2 weeks to get all this stuff? I don't know. This entire situation is a mess. I'm glad the House Republicans are supposedly doing something, but it just seems like another strongly worded letter. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below. Subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.